You ever wake up to find 30 total strangers partying in your barn like you accidentally signed your place up for an episode of Dancing with Entitled People balloons tied to your fence, music, shaking the troughs, someone grilling salmon right on your feed bin? Like that's perfectly normal. I'm not kidding, it was one of those mornings you can't make up. So I go outside, not even sure what I'm walking into, and this lady, Mara Stroud, HOA president, queen of the clipboard crowd, looks at me and just flashes this smile like she owns the whole zip code. It's just neighborhood spirit, darling, she says. I swear I almost laughed. Next thing I know, I'm the one getting fined for disrupting the community event on my own property. But what Mara and her little army of lawn police didn't know is I've got friends, big territorial four-legged friends, who aren't too keen on uninvited guests. Ever had to reclaim your land from the clipboard cult? Drop your HOA horror stories in the comments seriously because what happened next got wild. Now my name's Clay Granger, and I've been raising and training bulls for rodeos out near Dallas going on 15 years. My little 3-acre spread came long before Willowbrook Estates and their parade of matching mailboxes, and somehow I got surrounded by folks who seemed to think the HOA decides what color my fence ought to be. That morning I was just heading out to check on my prize bulls Thunder and Lightning when I hear music blasting from the barn. Not just any music either, some bubblegum pop garbage loud enough to wake the dead. My first thought, some kids broke in. But then I round the corner and see cars everywhere, tables and chairs being hauled in by folks I've never even seen before, and Mara right there in the middle of it all dressed for a movie premiere and barking orders like she's directing a film. She spots me, puts on that smile. If you know the type, you know the type, and goes, "Perfect timing, Clay. We're just setting up for the Hendersons' anniversary. Your barn was just sitting there empty, and honestly, it doesn't meet the community aesthetic, so we figured we'd put it to better use. Like she's doing me a favor." My neighbors, June Keller and the Hendersons themselves are there, but everyone's got that uncomfortable look, too nervous to say a word. So I tell her, "This is my property, Mara. You can't just take over my barn without permission." She actually laughs, turns to her audience and says, "Everyone meet our resident cowboy. He thinks he can keep his little farm museum without following the rules." The crowd chuckles, I grit my teeth, and that's when I notice Thunder and Lightning getting riled up by the noise. Mara, unfazed, cranks up the music even louder like she's marking her territory. Her crew's in there knocking over feed buckets, messing with my training gear, treating my barn like their playground. The place I spent years building up for rodeo practice is suddenly some suburban party venue, a big banner across my wall, Henderson's Anniversary Spectacular. The disrespect was next level, but what really stung was the look on Mara's face, just soaking it all in. I kept my cool, but as soon as I could, I started recording everything, her admitting to taking my barn, her community service, the whole 9 yards. That's when I called Leo Dixon, my best friend and my right hand with the bulls ever since the HOA moved in. "Leo," I say, still watching Mara's circus, "get over here. We're going to show the HOA queen a little country justice." I was pissed, but I had a plan, one Mara would never see coming. Next morning, I wake up to a bright yellow citation, $500 for maintaining a filthy barn, posing a community health hazard. The same woman whose party guests trashed my place now claims I'm the problem. If that wasn't enough, I hear her voice on the neighborhood PA. Yes, she installed one like this is some gated empire, blaring about my unsanitary livestock facility and how the board's taking action to protect our property values. By the time I go to feed my bulls, I find my own gate locked with a shiny new padlock, another note attached saying the property's under investigation, access restricted until further notice. It was like something out of a bad sitcom, except nobody was laughing. Leo shows up, takes one look at the padlock, and just shakes his head. Man, she's really going all out. He wants to live stream it, show the world what these HOA tyrants do. But I'm thinking about Thunder and Lightning, hungry, agitated, and locked away because of Mara's power trip. "This doesn't need 5G, I tell him, pulling out my bolt cutters. Just 2 tons of muscle. The lock clatters to the ground. Mara's watching from her porch phone in hand, probably calling her lawyer or the cops, but I'm done playing defense. I needed some backup, though, so I head over to June Keller, hoping she can tell me what Mara's really after. June, bless her heart, pours me some coffee and tells me about what Mara did to Mrs. Jeff last year, took over her garden for a community BBQ, destroyed her fruit trees, ruined her soil, and Mrs. Jeff was too scared to fight back. That hit me hard. I remembered seeing Mrs. Jeff on her porch with that last potted plant looking like she was holding on to the last good thing she had left. I never said a word to her, just let Mara drive her out. That guilt burned in my gut. This wasn't just about my barn anymore. It was about every decent person who got steamrolled by Mara's clipboard. Back at my place, I let thunder and lightning out. I look at those bulls animals I've trained for years, animals I trust with my life, and realize they're not just livestock, they're justice for Mrs. Jeff, for everyone Mara's ever bullied. So when Mara throws another party in my barn that weekend, welcome event for new neighbors, the nerve, I don't call the cops, I don't start a fight. I give Mara exactly what she wants, a real ranch experience. As dusk falls, party in full swing, I walk thunder and lightning around the back of the barn, Leo grinning from ear to ear. "You sure about this?" he whispers. "Trust me." I say. They know what to do. I open the rear barn doors and step aside. Thunder and lightning stroll in like they own the place, and in a way they do. You've never seen 30 party guests scatter so fast. Chairs go flying. Some guy yells, "I only came for the garlic bread," while lightning sniffs at the abandoned food. Someone's live streaming the chaos, begging for help, or maybe popcorn. Mara tries to keep her cool, but her voice is cracking as Thunder eyes her gold dress with curiosity. She gets snagged on a loose board, rips her dress, and for the first time ever, she looks genuinely terrified. Not in control, not the queen bee, just another trespasser in a place she doesn't belong. I stand in the doorway, arms crossed, filming the whole thing. "Welcome to the real Willowbrook barn experience," I shout, and man, that irony felt good. Of course, Mara calls 911, putting on the show of a lifetime. A man has released dangerous animals at a community event. People could be seriously injured, but when the cops show up, I've got all the receipts, deeds, videos of Mara breaking into my barn, June Keller, and the neighbors backing me up. Even Leo has footage of Mara's volunteers setting up decorations, no one forced inside. Officer Martinez, the cop in charge, isn't buying Mara's victim act, especially after June admits Mara tricked her into signing a fake voluntary party agreement. Social media picks up the story. The clip of the bull party goes viral, and suddenly everyone's got an opinion about HOAs and property rights. Officer Martinez hands Mara her walking papers, tells her to stay off my property, and just like that, the tables turn. But Mara's not done. She calls an emergency HOA meeting to discuss dangerous activities. The room is packed. Half the town shows up, some siding with Mara, others just here for the spectacle. Mara comes in with a lawyer, charts, and a whole slideshow about how my ranch is ruining the neighborhood. But what she doesn't realize is, I've got more than evidence, I've got the truth, and the whole community's watching now. When I finally walk into the meeting, it goes quiet. For the first time, people start speaking up about what Mara's really done, about the way she bullied Mrs. Jeff, about the gardens and the fines and the control. That week, rumors spread that Mara's leaving town. Some say she's moving, others say she's regrouping. I find a note in Thunder's trough. "The crowd may cheer you now, but I know the way back to your barn." At first I'm mad, but then I just laugh. Mara's lost her grip and she knows it. 3 weeks later, Officer Martinez stops by. "She's gone," he says. "We showed her the footage from her late-night visits to your barn. She's not coming back. June Keller is the new HOA president. Fines are tossed out. New policies go in, and for the first time, the neighborhood actually feels like a neighborhood again. We throw a real community BBQ at my place. Leo brings the playlist, kids feed Thunder apple slices. Parents laugh about the bulls versus HOA story. The shadows of Mara's reign finally fade. As the sun sets, I find one last note in Thunder's trough, but this one's different. Written in crayon from Emma Henderson. "Thank you for the best party ever. Your bulls are awesome." That's when I realized the real victory isn't just beating Mara. It's taking back my home for people who actually care. So yeah, they tried to take my barn, but I took back the whole damn neighborhood. And if you've ever tangled with a clipboard tyrant, you got to stand your ground, even if you have to call in the big guns. And sometimes those big guns just happen to weigh 2,000 pounds and answer to thunder and lightning. You know what I mean? If you've ever had to stand up to someone like Mara, or you've got your own HOA war story, I want to hear about it. Who do you think was right? Who crossed the line? And what does justice look like in a place where the rules get weaponized? Drop your stories below. Let's see who's really got the wildest neighborhood on the map.